What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. You know, Dillian Whyte has always been outspoken. He has never held his tongue whatsoever, including his promoter, Barry Hearn. But anyway, he goes on to state that Anthony Joshua is legally juicing. Now, let me go on to explain. He says that he has accused heavyweight rival Joshua as being amongst the offenders, something he believes that could be contributed to Miller's decision to try and cheat the system himself. He says there are many fighters on TUEs, which means therapeutic use exemptions, who are legally juicing. The doctors just give it to them saying that they have asthma, that they've got ADHD or whatever, and they are illegally juicing. He say that's the bigger question in the sport that needs looking into and needs shining a lot on. It's TUEs, because you'd be shocked to see how many fighters are on that stuff. Now, he said when asked what Miller was thinking when he took the banned substance, Whyte continues, I think he's thinking that I'm fighting a juiced up man, so I'm getting on the juice too. He kept on about Joshua's therapeutic use of exemptions, so he knows Joshua's on TUEs. Now, he goes on to say he's thinking, boy, I'm going to make my own TUEs up. He knows Joshua's on TUEs, so he just probably got scared. It was a big fight and he doesn't want to get hurt, and he probably got scared and thought, shit, I'm going to get killed. I'd better be doing something drastic. Now, one thing I will agree on with Dillian Whyte is I believe Miller did get scared or concerned or worried. Whatever word you want to use that made him apprehensive for not taking his ass in that ring clean. Okay? I agree with that. He did use because he wanted an edge. Now, this is a strange theory that Dillian Whyte's coming up with. Now, mind you, they said Joshua's rival. Any rival, and he is a rival. This is Marquez Manny Pacquiao, just dirtier. Okay? Because that's if Manny Pacquiao would have knocked out Marquez in the first fight and then they never fought again. You know what I mean? But Marquez kept beating people. So then he fought his way back to the opportunity to fight Manny again and accuse Manny of steroids. That's what I see here. Now, as far as these TUEs, therapeutic use exemption, or what do they call it? Therapeutic use exemptions. I haven't heard of that. Now, since I haven't heard of that, it raises suspicion on how does Dillian Whyte know that Anthony Joshua was on it? Did he hear it from the grapevine? Did someone tell him that he's on it? The references he used on the reasons why doctors would give excuses for guys or for fighters on this stuff would be because of ADHD, asthma. What else did he use? Or whatever. Okay, and they're legally juicing. Now, he would have a point. It's still far-fetched because, again, we don't know where his source is coming from. But I know boxers, they talk, they know things I guess other people don't of what they heard, but nothing's really credible until you kind of go into the depths of what he's saying. Now, if Anthony Joshua has ADHD or asthma, okay, he could be on a substance that can give him an edge that might be on the banned substance list. And since he does have those type of things, like Luis Ortiz had high blood pressure, he had hypertension. So he was taking a particular medicine that he did not report to the WBC. Okay, so since that was the case, he was then cleared because of it could be justified or the medicine that he was taking that substance was in that medicine, or the substance was that medicine, whichever. But as far as this goes, the TUEs, him using that as an excuse for Jarrell Miller taking the stuff. No, I think Jarrell Miller knew what he was doing. Now, I wouldn't doubt that Jarrell Miller thought that Anthony Joshua was on something, because that's what he said, right? I mean, he wasn't the only person that ever said Anthony Joshua was juicing. Let's be real. Joseph Parker made those references before he fought him. Remember that? And so he wasn't the first one that said, oh, he's a steroid head. Like, for one thing, when you're talking about people juicing, the people that get caught juicing are not always, they don't even look like they should. They don't look like a certain, they don't have a certain structure. So it's not a certain build you should have to know you're juiced up. Not always, they say your head gets bigger, you get acne on the back. I haven't seen that with Anthony Joshua. Or your nipples get big like freaking Errol Spence, right? So those are characteristics. Hands bigger. What else? Those are some characteristics, to name a few. And I haven't seen Anthony Joshua with that. Yeah, he got bigger, over time. But I think that was just genetic. If you're talking about a guy from his early 20s going until his later 20s, because Anthony Joshua is 28 years of age, mind you, right? I can look at myself. When I was 20 years old, like Anthony Joshua, he was a leaner guy back then, okay? From freaking 21 or from 20 years old to 27 was a totally big change. I could see, I could show guys pictures. When I was 21, dude, I was 165 pounds. In 2007, and I was like 27, 28 years old to that age, a while back, I was 210 pounds. Okay? So it does happen, and I was muscular. I had filled in. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? It ain't exactly the 40-year-old spread. It's just filling out. That's how your body progresses. Genetically, how it's supposed to look. If you take care of yourself and you eat half-ass decent, like a lot of us Americans don't do. You know what I mean? But a lot of that had partaked in genetics, and the same thing for Joshua. So you can't say that Joshua's on something just because the man is built a certain way. Come on, he's 6'5", he filled in. He was tall and lean. He had room to grow. So you can't use that reason. That's ridiculous. And then mind you, you can't help but, where the hell is this coming from? It's coming from Dillian Whyte, the guy that felt disrespected for not getting the money or the deal that he was offered to fight Anthony Joshua. So, the same guy that's been trolling Anthony Joshua, kicking his damn cardboard outline around in various places and shit, and putting it on social media. That same guy. So, again, where is the source coming from? And if it is a credible source, why is this particular fighter saying it, of all people? It's just too convenient to me. That's me counterpunching it. It is interesting to hear about that. But unless he knows Anthony Joshua's on ADHD or he has asthma and that he's actually taken something to enhance that, and that's not even the reason at all, he's just diagnosed that falsely from some doctor that he knows, yada, 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 he might then have a point. But until then, no. I don't see that this is really credible, but of course, I'll let you guys have a read at it. I'll put it below in the description box. You guys tell me what you think about Dillian Whyte's comments about Anthony Joshua legally juicing and other fighters, but he called out Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe, please like, share, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.